Welcome back, everyone, to Pineleaf on Board, where we're about to start the sixth game in our Charterstone campaign, where our guidepost this time is to perform the highest number of quota actions. And I haven't been performing very many quota actions, so perhaps this is a good time for me to change that, though I'm looking at what I'm starting with, and I'm not carrying over much. So I'm going to have to do many other things in addition to quota actions if I'm going to have any hope of success here. And also, whenever a player uses a building in an opponent's charter, the Charterstone die is rolled, and if the result is matching either of the player's charters, then they both gain 1 VP. So this encourages me to use the charters of my opponents. And the opponents that I have are the yellow charter and the blue charter. So we'll see how that affects my play here. Now, I need to place my sky islands. Now, first off, the Hoedown Hall, which is grain, which is in the yellow charter in order to get grain, and it also gets you influence back. That sounds like a very good one to have here. The question is, what do I replace for it? Well, if I'm going to be getting all of these quota actions, I probably won't be having too many objectives scored. So getting private objectives is probably not a good idea. So I will cover up that. And as for an empty one, let's see. I've got a cat. Yellow has a cat. May does not have a cat. Now, do I need any extra cats? Probably not. So I'm going to cover up the cat cafe. And that'll give us, that way I do have a building opportunity in there. Now, let's see. So what are the 3 added build? Oh, yes. I clicked at the wrong time. I thought I was clicking to roll the die, and I wanted clicking to go away from there. But it looks like I'm third, and that Bruce is first, is the result of that die roll. Because I was trying to have a look at here when I accidentally rolled the die. And let's see. Oh, yes, this was rolled here. The clubhouse, where you can get guests. Down over here. I'm not too sure which one. I don't remember the repair shop being in the last. Actually, we've got 2 repair shops now here. It's quite a juxtaposition, seeing how this one gives you 4 and this one gives you 6. So this is the first one most people are going to be going to, unless it's crowded already and are avoiding bumping for some reason. And over here, I think it is the metallurgist, where you can turn in 3 resources and get 4 of that in return. But of course, the game is going to be encouraging me, the special rules, to be going after the yellow or the blue areas. So we'll have to see how that goes. But as for personas, so I've used the Gardener, Ambassador, and Ringmaster already. The Cat Whisperer, I tried using that once. Oh. Well, I pretty much killed any chance of using the Cat Whisperer because I don't have the. I only have 1 cat. Oh, actually, yeah, I have only 1 cat. So that's probably not a good one to use. And that leaves the Collector, which is at the end of the game, gain 1 VP for each advancement card you own. So I need to, each type of advancement card. So I need to collect a large number of advancement cards. Various different types in here. Well, that's an end around one that I think that's probably the best one for me to take. We'll see how that works. And as for a minion, if I were taking the Cat Whisperer, I obviously would be grabbing the cat. But what would I want here? Oh, the Golem, of course. Since I have the Hoedown Hall, I really don't need the chef as much. So definitely take the Golem. And now, what cards do I currently have? I have a Crate and a Librarian. And the crate is number 51. Looks like it's one from the yellow charter. Let's see. Do I need any of the any of the guests? Will any of those be useful? Either of them brings me brick. Probably the wizard would be good. Probably not going to be going out to the harbor too often, so the Sherpa won't be as good in that manner. FC, I've already got a crate. I really don't need to open up 2 crates in this one, so I will take the wizard then. And let's see what we got here. Starts with that. Immediately, okay, she immediately jumps into the reputation track. And as for me, well, I noticed that we had those 2 repair centers. Where did I see 2 repair centers at? Oh, yes, down in the Black Charter. I think I should start gaining some of them pretty quickly. And the first of these is right at my pumpkin patch. So I'll head out there right away. Wait a minute. Divide and conquer. Spread your influence. See, what is this one? Have at least 3 different types of minions. Well, I have 3 different types of minions. I started the game with the ability to head on to the grandstand, and I might as well just grab a pumpkin and get there that way. Do I have a pumpkin yet? No, I don't have a pumpkin yet. So I will immediately grab a pumpkin. Oh, better yet, put the golem there, take a pumpkin, take this objective. How's that for a start? Well, I might have delayed that until I was able to grab the reputation for pushing it there. That would have been an idea. Especially if he did that. Oh yeah, and no, they do not get any bonus from that. So now I should start going around and getting a pumpkin. And try to get those repair centers. Ooh. Now what I should have done was to get some grain, because I'll need that when I go to the Hoedown Hall. I should have thought of that earlier. Well, I'll be heading all to the, well, looks like that's where I'm, actually, no, not there. How about here? It's unoccupied there, and there I pick up a repair thing, and that's exactly what I'll be wanting to do. And I get a victory point for that. There you go. So it should average out to be getting, on 1/3 of your turns, there you go to an opponent's place where you be expecting to get a rep in there. Figure over the course of most games that'll even out. Now, let's see. We have here, I've got 2 already, so let us take care of that. Now, I don't want to go too much on spending my peril tokens there, because obviously I want to save some of them for the other track. Now let's see, gain 1 more. Let's see, are there cards here? Oh yes, I have there's a friend card here. What cards do I have? I have a crate, a friend, and a guest. And unfortunately, all we've got are crates, friends, and guests up here, and nothing else. So there's no reason to grab a card at this point, since it's not going to help me in my secondary item I'm trying to get. So let me start grabbing some perils here. Do I have a pumpkin, right? So let's just grab a little. Well, yeah, so I'm sending a robot anyway. Fortune teller. Well, I might as well just grab the extra salary then. And that'll be, and I will want an opportunity in order to open up the crate that I do have, especially since the crate might give me some cards of different types. It'll at least give me a building card. And that would be an advantage of taking a second crate, just so I would have a crate after I open up one. I should have thought of that earlier, but I didn't. Well, right now, I technically have a little bit of a lead. Well, not anymore! Yeah, went to the grandstand. I should really check to see what are the other things I need to do here. Well, I need to get the influence down, and I need a diversity in stuff. So getting some diversification would be good at this moment. And I've got... Is there an infirmary? And if so, should I bother using it if there is one? I do not see an infirmary. Probably just as well, because that means that forces me to use the... to use this area up here then in order to... Let's see, what do we have left on perils? Those are usually the ones that go very fast. Yeah, the yellow player has already taken up 2 of them. So I've got 3 of them. I am just going to go right up here before that's taken up and head over to the quota area. And unfortunately, that place is going to be really hopping today. So that's going to be involving a great number of bumps if you're using that. Especially considering that some of the other objectives that are active at the moment. Oh, okay. Well, okay, I did get the victory point, and and again, clicking the board at the wrong time when it's in the middle of doing a die roll is probably not a good idea. Now, what all do we have here? Well, how's the quota track doing right at the moment? We've got, yes, yellow has 2, I have 1. Yellow has 3. 4. Yeah, yellow has 3. Yellow is a pretty much commanding lead up there. Maybe I shouldn't worry about that extra glory point and worry about other means then. And in any case, right now, what's one of my main objectives here is for there to be a high score in this game. And when I say a high score, I mean all of us have a high score, because one of my objectives here is for us to finish with an above average score, and we'll see why later. And I want to make sure that we have in this one. Let me see. Golems. Of course, I need diversification. So if we need diversification in stuff, I can get a pumpkin and grab a brick. Good. Oh, he recalled 2 golems there, I suppose. That would be typical. And now I need... See, I need coal and I need metal. How are these places? Probably... Oh, actually, there is not anything there. I thought there would be a minion there, but all right. Oh! There you go. Another victory point for that. Now, I'm concerned that May's victory point total is so low. I don't know what she's up to at the moment, but I would like that number to go up. Okay, good. It is going up a little bit. Nice. And now we have... See, I've got coal I need. I'm not going to get coal at the moment for anything I've got here. So I'm going to retrieve... That's what I could do is I think that I'll be able to head out here if I play the golem, right? No, I can't if I play the golem. Why don't I have the objective yet? What am I missing? Coal. I would have thought that if I played the golem, I would be able... Oh, because I need both a pumpkin and Oh, May is sitting on my pumpkin patch. All right, then I will pick up coal that way. Now I think I could put the golem into the scoring objective area and get it with a pumpkin. We've got... Actually, that may change things a little bit. Oh, she's got the apothecary. And of course, the healer. Well, now I know where the apothecary is located. I think there's an apothecary and an infirmary, but I think the infirmary is the advanced version of the apothecary. Now I think if I choose the golem, yeah, now I can choose this. Take a pumpkin. And take diversification there. Score that. And 32 points. I think that's a decent amount. I think we still need May's score to get up a little bit before too much goes on there. What? Oh, the armory. All right. Yes, to send in those bandits, I think, is what we have to do over there. Yeah, 2 bandits in order to get 4 points. Now we've got... See, I still haven't been to the hotel. Oh, I've already scored it, so now I could actually spend some of these items in here. And I need an I might as well get that influence point back. Oh, how are we doing for types here? We still have crate swordsman. I've got 4 points. I think it's a good time for me to open up that crate. That way we could find out what's in there. Then after that, I can decide. Ooh, good timing on that. Oh, the brewery. So that's a building card. A pub. Another building card. So 2 building cards. I could turn one into a crate. The casino, where you could spend 2 grain and get influence back. I got the hoedown hall, so unless I wanted to upgrade the hoedown hall, that might not be a very good one on there. And then the gambler. And of course I want to increase that so that I won't be too far behind. That spends my money. How are we doing here? See, 33, 37. So we've got about 70, 87 points. And I also have, let's see, checking there, nothing new up there. So let's say get the cat, and actually probably want to start spending stuff. And it's time for me to get that influence back. So I'll put the cat on top here. Let's regain the influence. Unless you're trying to run down the clock or have some other reason. Oh, there is another reason to not pick up influences. That's because the third item, of course, is to get your influence to be low. So I do have to take that into account. So taking the influence might not have been the best deal there, or I could just spend one there and grab... Do I have a crate? Did I open up a crate on that? No, that was too high in order to have crates. So I'll grab a crate. Do I want because there's a purple crate here. No, actually that's a gray crate. This is the purple crate. So I'll take the purple crate. There you go. And I've got 3 of those. Now I presume I'm still low on the quota actions. I know at the beginning I was thinking, well, we'll be doing many quota actions. I shouldn't have the private objectives. Now I'm sort of ruining that particular decision. And let's see. Oh, actually, can I build any of these buildings? Let's see. I need 2 grain. Of course, they're all items from the yellow charter. Of course, they're going to be needing grain. I should have thought of that before I turned that in. So instead, Oh, I'm out of. It's a simple. It's a simple decision there in any case, since I had absolutely nothing else I could do anyway. All right, she moves that along. Ooh, this building is getting okay. At least she's opening some things and scoring some points. There's an inn. The innkeeper most likely, no, the bouncer, and a proper host. Oh, and it's ooh, with all of that collected, what do I have? Well, I am. I may. Let me check this again. See if I still need 2 grain in order to get anything. Is there anything here that can get me 2 grain quickly, or do I have to do it one step at a time? I need to get down to 2 more influence. So I'm going to actually pick up 1 grain this way. I'm getting pretty good luck on those rolls. It's probably a good thing, I guess. Well, right, that ties that up. Said right now, courthouse. Oh, spin a minion. Go to court with a minion and the strong arm. All right. All right, so she scores an objective. All right. So she's getting up to, I think we're actually going to have an above average score here, which is good. So if that's the case, I should now concentrate on actually winning the game. And now let's see, I need to spend 1 more influence. And that has to be before I spend the influence for this. So I need, oh, of course, I will be spending influence when I do the building. And I think I need 1 more grain for that, right? Yeah, 1 more grain. I could actually build any of those 3. Either of them I need 1 grain for, so we will get, well, the golem will be a good way of getting that. And I need to spend, actually, I'm going to use hold down all because I'm going to have to use 3 in order to build the building. I want to make sure I have some left after I do that. So get a grain there. Grab the influence. And let's see, we have, oh, salaries again. Okay. Oh. Well, I didn't see what that rolled. But seeing I didn't see stuff run across, I will have to assume nothing useful. So let's go and build. Oh, what did I do wrong this time? Oh! Did I just do the stupidest thing I could possibly have done? Yes, I just did the stupidest thing I could possibly have done. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Really? Well, that was a bust. But seeing how I had above average rolls, I'm not going to worry about that. Oh no. Well, I just realized that we are at near the end of the game. Well, I'll retrieve all. Next turn's going to be the last one. And the last turn, I will do the build. Well, that'll be. I think it'll be the last. Oh, yes. Right, because I'm going to be pushing the influence track just because I am building. All right, now which of these do I want? Now, of course, this will be for later games where this will matter because we have the brewery, the pub, and the casino. And this one spends friends. I don't want to spend friends. See, this I already have by the hoedown hall, so I'm going to go with the brewery where you could get friends. So we'll build this. Put it right here. And there's a 20-point building. And as the game is over, And now it's going to be, yeah, we're going to be up into the 130s or something like this now. Oh, that's right. I have, what was I supposed to score at the end? Oh, for each type of card I have. So I'm going to have at least 60 points, I think. Guidepost Resolution. Those two had 3 each, and I sort of gave up on that near the end. I thought yellow had a lot more than that, so obviously I misread the quota action track because they only had 3 each. All right. Well, that was my fault for failing to read that properly. Yes, we had total 176, average is 162. So that means our village is better than average. And that's the reason I cared about that there is because Happy King is from having a better than average area here. The Former King is elated that your village has performed so well compared to other outposts in Green Gully. It is a real chance at being selected at the next Eternal City. The King's lone concern is that one villager seems to be lagging behind. He offers them a gift. Yeah, a gift. Without warning, the spirit of Bruce is torn away from their body. Well, that's rude. So Bruce is now a spectral worker. Yeah, Bruce is a specter. This is both good and bad news. The good is that acts as a ghost in that you can get reputation by if you're either bumped or whenever you place down the primary worker, so because that replaces the primary worker. And the bad, though, is you can't win the campaign in that state. So most likely, based on actions of other AI players I've seen, that Bruce is most likely going to keep the Spectral Worker all throughout, and on the last game, try to do one of the counter spells. And we'll see how that does. Because right now you need a Wizard or Sorceress guest card, the Gauntlet of Life, Amulet of Vitality, or spend 9 coins in order to be able to get back to normal. And 63 points. Not too bad. Not too bad. And I get the extra point. The extra point of glory that I get is balanced out by Bruce's extra point of glory that these two got. So we all got the same amount of glory because they got the bonus for the secondary objective, and I got into the 60s in there. And that concludes that. So actually, I have to see what I keep. Oh my goodness gracious! I have all this stuff that I collected, and I'm gonna have to choose between. All right. Well, let's see. All right. Well, that brings my capacity. Now, actually, what this does is it means I get to increase my capacity each game. And what would I want to work on next? Probably a secondary persona might be a good one to work on after that. So now I can only keep. Oh, really should have paid attention to where I was on these things. For my capacity, I have only one resource. I gotta bump that up. I've gone through so many games where I've only had one resource to carry over that being caught off guard and having all of these here just was a bit of a surprise. So I wasn't expecting the game to end so soon, so I didn't have a chance to spend. Because I could have spent that up going onto the quota track and maybe have worked well there. I think building that building was the right choice to make on that. And I'll have to now go back. Let's see. Actually, what do I have up here? I have a. Well, I can only keep one of the pub or the. Actually, I'm probably going to have to ditch both of those because I've already said I wasn't interested in building either of those two buildings, right? Because I'm certainly not you doing that one, and that one I've already got the hoedown hall, so I don't think I really want either of those two. Just as well, but that means I can't consider what I'll be holding on to. So I'm going to keep the metal. Oh, two resources. Let's see. Then the clay. Then I want the librarian. Of course, that librarian has been the source of many a point for me. I'll take the wizard. Oh, only 2 cards. Okay, not the wizard then. I want the librarian. I think I want the crate. All right, now we want the. Okay, the cat. Actually, I think I've got it so I have 3 of them that I keep right. I want the golem. No, only 2 of them. You see, I don't pay attention to that all that much. But that is the end of game number 6, which I won, which is interesting because I was expecting to have a great deal of trouble with the hard AI, and I'm doing a lot better than I was expecting. No wonder I was looking at the wrong capacity here. That's my capacity. Oh, I'm hopeless. But in any case, I think I'm doing pretty well so far. Better than I expected. Now, the above average score, I think that was helped by the fact I was using the hard AI. Because a hard AI means that they're getting higher scores probably because they're better opponents. So I think the hard AI helps you in a couple of ways from the campaign's point of view. But I want to see how we are going. I think we got 310 in buildings, 310 in buildings. I've got 320 our glory. I mean, our glory is all nice and clustered together. Our capacity is Bruce has a slight lead on capacity, but there are other ways here. 35 in buildings, 31 in buildings, 64 in so I'm doing pretty well on buildings. That's always been a weakness of the AI. They don't seem to get all of their buildings. There's usually at least one blank space or something like that. That's why when I was saying I was surprised when they put a Sky Island onto a blank space before, because that's a space that's never going to get a building. If it never gets a building, then that's 0 points at the end of the campaign. 4-6 personas. May has really been using personas quite a bit. And yeah, I'm behind on personas, so that's where I'm lagging in this campaign. And as for victories, then strangely enough, I have the most of those. But that is it for this game. And we'll see you next time for game number 7. Ooh, we'll see what our theme is. We return to the next game of Charterstone.